This is an update to a previous video I uploaded less than 24 hours ago, which featured this video. In that previous video, titled Manufacturing Consent 2.0, I talked about how YouTube is removing monetization from many of my videos, and thus undermining independent journalism. Well, that specific example, which I featured, has had its monetization restored. I wanted to update everyone about the status of that video in case you look at it now and happen to see an advertisement next to it and wonder what the hell I'm talking about when I say monetization was removed. Apparently someone at YouTube is watching my videos because less than 24 hours after pointing that out, that monetization was removed, it's been restored. There was no legitimacy in removing the monetization in the first place. If you remember, the same thing happened earlier this month with an example video I used, as you can see from this clip from another video about the situation with YouTube. Those short clips are different than what appear in this video. And the reason I mention this video is because in a previous video I mentioned about how YouTube is removing monetization from many of my videos. And on my blog, I had embedded this video. It's a real good one, check it out. I embedded it as an example of a video which YouTube removed the monetization from, and tonight I found out that they've restored the monetization on that. I was right in the middle of making this, and I double check and triple check things. The status has now gone back to no monetization. So that's one more detail I can tell Chomsky, and that's one more detail I can share with you. I was already called a liar. I guess someone checked and found an ad on the video that I was saying had it removed. It's unlikely you'll see an ad now since the YouTube system's telling me I'm no longer allowed to have an ad with that video. And meanwhile, YouTube doesn't tell you why, but I have a good guess why the ad was removed. Talk about an oppressive situation. I can make some videos, I guess, without advertisements. You know what I'm thinking? Once in a blue moon, making a video in code, using symbols, and then you could email me for the key to the code. What I mean is that you could join the email list. That might be a motivation to join the email list, and I'd like to do a test of that email list, because I email over 1,500 people every new video. But it'd be nice to grow that list if that's a workaround to the situation with YouTube's subscriber system. But like I said, this is something else I'll have to tell Chomsky about, not only it being restored, but then it being removed again. That establishment media can still use the airways with advertiser support to talk about the very same topics I want to talk about. And it puts me at an enormous disadvantage to financially hinder my attempts at journalism. The glimmer of hope might be that if I'm seen as a legitimate news source, then maybe YouTube will then allow me to compete with mainstream media on equal footing. I was going to call this video a glimmer of hope. Well, you know what I will say? I noticed on the Chomsky channel, Chomsky's videos where he talks about are still monetized. From what I've seen, this really does have a negative impact on this channel. And I'm hoping Chomsky will help me, because I do see that Google held a Noam Chomsky talk, by the way.
To break through the silence, oppression, domination, terror, violence, bring the reality of the world to people. So the internet potentially is a wonderful tool, but only if you decide to use it. If you decide to leave it in the hands of private power, of power systems, whether state or private, sure, it'll be used as a way to oppress and undermine and dominate. But that's a choice. Don't have to.
Well, on that note, we will be posting this on YouTube.
So he's the well-respected Noam Chomsky, which Google made a video of. And if he could verify that this is not a conspiracist channel, maybe I'll be given the same amount of respect that ABC, NBC, and CBS get from their advertisers. Years ago, I said, this might be a work around what Chomsky has explained as far as the filters and the barriers to get facts to the American people. I thought if this is going to be a level playing field, then maybe I can use this platform. Anyway, here are some videos, Chomsky related and things like that still have monetization. If you are outraged at mainstream media manipulation, please use the tools below to share this video with everyone you can.